crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the New York Jets. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He'll get this up to the 34, and a good lane opening up right away for it. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Brings up 2nd and 2. Now Wilson. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
Yeah, just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. To throw is Wilson. Oh, batted at the line and intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Now Dobbins. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here, going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big...
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore. Jackson. Anderson a 1st down and more. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 16 more on that one and another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
We're scoreless after 1. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. John Harbaugh going to roll the dice. They're going for it on 4th down. Throwing is Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Jackson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Carl Lawson has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So once again, they dial up the pressure and get home and get a sack. It brings up a 3rd and long, but it's really not an unmakeable one, especially considering they just gave up back-to-back sacks.
3rd and goal. Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And now the rookie's free. He's at the 50, 30, 10, and he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. How about that for a momentum swing? You had it goal to go. Not only do you cough it up, but they pick it up and return it all the way for a touchdown.
And now you have to give oxygen to the entire team because what a letdown that was. Terrific drive. Looked like you're going to get points. Instead, the other team registers them on the scoreboard.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff? That's into a crowd and intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future and has gotten even brighter after making that
play. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Wilson. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score Jets 14, Ravens nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. Now it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins, and he will have a Ravens first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely, but the mark shows first down. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
Mike 6. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Hey, check Mike. Mike 6. Let's get the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jackson slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Hey, check Mike. Go. Mike 6. Pick it up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 32-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go play action with Jackson. He'll buy some time right. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Jackson now. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He's 2nd in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play.
Hey, middle. Big series right here. We got to step it up. No, Mike 52.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his 3rd.
And when I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way.
Hey, Mike 52.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And in for the Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Yeah. 53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Check.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Out left to Anderson.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Mike 52. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Check 52 the mic. Check 52.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. Sliding out of the pocket. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. That would have been from way downtown. Pretty big roll of the dice, and he comes up a bit short.
Yeah, you knew when you saw the holder setting up on the other side of the 50 that this was going to be a long shot. But to me, there's really no loss here because you've shown confidence in him. Kicking it from a long distance, that'll pay dividends. And the miss, you can shake that one off. He wasn't likely to make it in the first place.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards the pick up there, good for a Raven first. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Brown. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pick up there at 20 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Boyle here. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they can get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on 2nd and goal. An option handoff here to Dobbins. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Tucker now for the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Eluding the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Wilson smart to take off and run with it as he's able to pick up the 1st. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gun check time on both sides. Hands it off out of the gun. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the gun, they'll try to run it. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Jets have taken the lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 37 yards. Jackson to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Throwing, Jackson. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Jackson. And it's caught. And he's in for the touchdown. And barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that might be enough to win them the football game as they now take the lead in the final seconds. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. And they'll run on the inside handoff. 7 yards there and a first down. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Throwing now is Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. caroms in. It's good. The kick is good, and that writes a crazy finish to this one.
So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you, this was a fun one. Just a close game. Nothing comes easy in this league, as you know. They had to work for that victory.
I've got to go back to what you just said. Nothing comes easy in this league. How many times have we talked to coaches prior to a game and assessed, you know, the strengths, the weaknesses, the whole deal? Even in games when one coach was a decided favorite, what do they always say to us? But you do know this is really a 7-point league. 7 points either way usually decides a ball game. We had exactly that in this one.
And not only that, but this is a gutsy road victory, one they can hang their hat on.
So for the Jets, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll be at home next